Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on another episode of Cutting Up with Bae. Today we're doing a quick beef stroganoff recipe. This is one of my family favorite recipes, and this recipe is hidden, so make sure you guys check out the description below. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to cut up some onions, cut up some garlic if you got some. Right here is some herb butter or some compound butter that I made. You can get the recipe off the other video for that. Now I'm going to throw in my onions, my garlic into the pot. I'm going to stir everything up, and I'm going to saute everything on medium-low heat for about maybe 5 to 7 minutes. And I'm going to make sure I stir continuously. Now, if you don't want to use onions, you don't have to. If you don't want to use mushrooms, you don't have to. This is just how I like to make it. Traditionally, the recipe at least calls for the mushrooms. So, as I tell you guys all the time, do what you guys like and add what you like, or omit what you don't like. You get it. Now, when it comes to the meat, you can use any type of beef. I actually cheated and I used some stir-fry beef because when I went to the grocery store, they didn't have much. So I like to just use whatever I can and not stress out too much. So I got some stir-fry beef. I seasoned it with some chef-based seasoning, and I'm just going to cook the meat. I'm not going to like brown it like I would like a steak, but I'm going to cook it, and I'm going to cook it for a few minutes, about maybe 3 to 5 minutes until it's brown, and I'm going to add the onions and the mushrooms back in. Now, make sure you guys, again, hit the description box so you guys can get the recipe. And while you're doing that, please hit that like button and hit the subscribe button as well. Now, I'm going to take this flour and I'm going to add in some beef broth. You can also do this in the pan, but I prefer to just do this part in a bowl. And I'm going to just stir it until most of the clumps or the lumps are out. And then I'm going to pour that mixture into my beef and my onions and mushrooms. And as you can see, I'm going to stir it up some more, and I'm going to add in some beef broth as well to kind of loosen everything up and make that stroganoff gravy. Now make sure you add in some Worcestershire sauce. Some people add mustard. It's totally up to you. I'm really not using mustard. I am going to use some white cooking wine. You can use some regular white wine if you want to, but I'm just going to stick to the cooking wine. And I'm just going to throw in some fresh herbs such as some thyme. And, you know, that's optional as well. I don't want you guys to feel like, oh my God, I don't have one ingredient, so I can't make it. This isn't bacon, so you can still make a good dish if you're missing one ingredient. Alright, so we're going to boil the egg noodles, which is a must. I absolutely love egg noodles with this recipe. You can use any other type of pasta. I've heard people use variations of, rice and other, type of carbs with this recipe, and that's perfectly fine. But egg noodles just really set this whole recipe off. So I'm going to add in the sour cream, and that's what's really going to bring this whole dish together. Make sure you stir it all in and get it all in there. And this is the perfect time to, taste the food as you're going along, just to make sure it's the right amount of seasoning for you. This is the perfect time to add a little more salt or add a little pepper, or if you want to add a little extra thyme, go ahead. This is the perfect opportunity. So now I'm just letting everything simmer on slow. As you can see, that gravy looks so rich and so flavorful. So I'm going to go ahead and just garnish it with a little bit of fresh parsley. And I'm going to take my egg noodles. I'm going to put them in a bowl. And I'm just going to top this with the stroganoff that we made, and I'm going to top it with just a little bit more gravy because you cannot have too much gravy. And I'm going to top it with just a little more parsley. It doesn't have to be fancy because it's going to be good as hell. Trust me. So that is the quickest, most delicious beef stroganoff you will ever taste. Make sure you guys hit that like button and make sure you guys subscribe as well. If you haven't, please check out my website. It's www.cuttinupwithbae.com. You can find all my seasonings, my garlic butter, all of my cookbooks as well. This year has been crazy with, COVID and everything, but I'm super blessed and I'm super grateful to be able to offer you guys not only cookbooks, but some seasonings, just, a little bit of knowledge here and there about food and cooking and stuff you may not know about. So thank you guys so much for following me and supporting me throughout my journey. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you guys do that. It's Chef Bae _. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for just rocking with me, all the love and the support. I hope you guys stay well. I'll see you guys soon, and peace out.